Straight ahead on WBKB News at 11, flute players of all ages in Alpena are preparing for a flutastic Christmas concert. Plus, ladies in Posen enjoyed the afternoon together raising money for school sports. And a local business is raising money for men's health and doing it in a unique way. We'll have those stories, plus your local weather and sports. WBKB News at 11 starts now.
From Rogers City to Tawas City and all points in between, this is Northeast Michigan's award-winning news team. Your source for news, weather, and sports. We are WBKB News at 11.
Music was in the air today as a group of flute players practiced for their flutastic Christmas performance. Good evening, I'm Ashley Reed. Sponsored by the Resurrection Lutheran School of Music, flute players young and old are coming together to perform a flute choir concert on December 8th. 12 members from 7th graders to adults have been practicing every Sunday this month to prepare for their big day.
Christmas is a traditional time for music and for people to celebrate with music. And so I think that every group that is a musical group wants to do something at Christmas time. And it's so easy and fun to put together Christmas music. As a matter of fact, we're doing some Hanukkah music too. So one of our members celebrates Hanukkah as well as Christmas.
There have been flute choir concerts during the holiday season for a few years, but this is the first year that the concert is being sponsored by the School of Music. The concert will begin at 7 p.m. on December 8th at the Resurrection Lutheran Church. And while the men were out at camp and hunting, the women in Posen had a chance to come together today and enjoy some time with each other. The Posen Sports Boosters Club sponsored a ladies' afternoon out at the Posen Schools Gymnasium. Doors opened at 3 p.m. There was a potluck dinner and a live auction. All proceeds benefit the Sports Boosters Club.
It is a fundraiser, but it's a way of also giving back to the community because we enjoy doing this, getting together. Posen is kind of like a big family, and some people are here even from out of town, so it's a way of getting together and just enjoying time together.
Many of the girls' basketball players were in attendance. The money raised goes to help pay for all sports costs that the school cannot cover. That includes paying coaches, referees, and insurance fees. Without fundraisers like this, Hinska says it would be hard to continue athletics. That was for the ladies, but this is for the men. A local Alpena business is putting a fun twist on a serious issue, bringing awareness to men's health issues.
So my daddy can be healthy.
That's a reason people are signing mustaches at Better Living Massage Center and Spa. The spa is bringing awareness to men's health issues by encouraging men and women to come get manicures and facials this month. A portion of these proceeds will go to the Alpena Regional Medical Center to fund prostate screenings for men.
We just wanted to bring that focus to encourage men to man up and get these procedures and these tests done, because the study shows that it's very curable, but men tend to shy away from going to the doctor until it's a little bit too late.
President of Medical Affairs at ARMC, Richard Bates, came in to get a manicure today. He lost his father to prostate cancer, so the cause hit close to home.
Prostate cancer is clearly one of the highest incidences in men and affects men in mortality.
ARMC tries to help patients offset medical costs by partnering with businesses like Better Living Massage Center and Spa.
People may not have them done if they either can't afford it or don't have access to the physician.
And making the choice to think about health and wellness and get screenings can save lives.
Prostate cancer nowadays is extremely treatable through radiation therapy or chemotherapy that we do at the hospital. And a man can live a long, healthy life if they're diagnosed early.
So remember to go get a manicure to help men find a cure. Ashley Reed, WBKB News. To schedule a manicure or facial, call Better Living Massage Center and Spa at 989-356-2221. An Alpena youth branding team made up of Alpena High School students is working to make the community a better place to live, work, and visit. The team called Fresh 45 partnered with Northern Lights Arena for their first teen night last night, sponsored by the Alpena Boosters Club. Their priority is to create more social and educational opportunities for area teens. The group believes nights like this will make the community more appealing to younger generations and attract more young people to Northeast Michigan.
It creates opportunities for teens, and it makes them want to come back so that their kids have stuff to do. It keeps them off the streets doing bad things.
Teens ages 13 to 18 could ice skate, play broomball, play octoball, and enjoy treats from the snack bar. This event also ties into the new vision of Northern Lights Arena to become more connected with the community.
So no, it's a really great thing that we're excited about, and what's really wonderful is that this has been a success. I mean, we have almost 100 teens here.
The next teen night will be next month. It will be free of charge, just like last night. Then Fresh 45 and NLA hope to continue the teen nights every other month. Not only was yesterday a birthday celebration, but a celebration of art at Besser Museum in Alpena. Family and friends gathered at the museum as Joyanne Skiba celebrated 75 years of artistic life. She was awarded a certificate of appreciation from Alpena Community College's President Olin Joynton for her service to ACC in the Alpena arts community. Skiba has taught art classes in the Alpena area since 1966, beginning her teaching career at Thunder Bay Junior High.
I love kids. I love teaching. I don't know, I love it all.
She loves awareness too. She's always telling me to be aware, so I am.
The awareness of art in the area is something Skiba feels very passionately about. She was also honored for being a lifelong learner. She pursued and earned a master's degree in teaching while teaching art classes at ACC. A duplicate of the certificate she earned will be hung in the Fine Arts Building of ACC. Coming up next on WBKB News at 11, LG Chem Michigan Inc. celebrated its first shipment of batteries for the Chevy Volt. Plus, U.S. job openings and overall hirings have risen a significant amount. Find out just how much after the break. Thanks for joining us. In state news, LG Chem Michigan Inc. in Holland celebrated the first shipment of lithium-ion batteries for the Chevrolet Volt this week. Crates containing more than 500 batteries each were loaded onto a semi-truck bound for a Chevrolet assembly plant in Brownston. The company was previously criticized for accepting state, federal, and local tax breaks and then not producing any batteries as demand for the Volt failed to build. LG Chem employs 125 people and is located on 120 acres at the southeast end of Holland. The company has built similar-sized factories in Korea and China in the past 10 years, and there is room for 3 more in Holland depending upon demand. The $300 million plant was completed in 2011, and some 200 employees were on payroll, but LG did not immediately start production locally. They were shipping batteries from Korea as demand for the Volt was lower than expected. In August, GM announced it was reducing the price of Volts by $5,000 to compete against the Toyota Prius and Nissan Leaf. Prices for the 2014 Volt now start just below $35,000. In your Money Watch, the Dow Jones Industrial Average just keeps breaking records, closing above 16,000 for a second day in a row. The S&P also hits a record high, closing north of 1,800. This week, the markets are closed Thursday for the Thanksgiving holiday. At the close of business Friday, the Dow gained 55, the NASDAQ gained 22. And it's good news from the Labor Department. U.S. job openings and overall hirings both rose to 5-year highs in the month of September. A new report shows job postings rose by 69,000 to 3.9 million. That's the most since 2008, just a few months before the financial meltdown. If you're headed out shopping, the new Xbox One has hit the shelves. Fans lined up for hours to get their hands on Microsoft's newest gaming console. The Xbox costs about $500 and offers gaming, TV, and the internet. The overall gaming industry is worth $66 billion annually. Microsoft execs keep seeing it growing to almost $80 billion by 2017. And with Thanksgiving comes lots of driving, and you may be wondering where you should go to fill up that gas tank. GasBuddy.com and AAA of Michigan put together state and local gas prices. The highest price for gas in Alpena is coming in at $3.39 at Standard Express. The lowest is $3.37 at Murphy USA. Across Michigan, the highest gas price is $3.69. That's in Romulus. The lowest price for gas across the state, $2.89 in Ann Arbor. There's so much more to come on WBKB News at 11. Jeff Kolb will be in with a look at sports and some snow the past couple days. I'll let you know if more is on the way. Stay tuned for your weather forecast. Welcome back. Well, we've seen some cold temperatures and a little bit of snow for the past couple days, so you're probably wondering if temperatures are going to warm up over the next few days. Today, the high was 21 degrees. Normal high is 40 degrees. Low today was 8 degrees. Normal low is 26 degrees, so we're below average for this time of year. Our record high was 62. That was back in 1931. Record low was 0 degrees. That was back in 1950. Sunrise this morning at 7:44. Sunset keeps getting earlier and earlier. Sunset tonight around 4:57 this afternoon. Currently in Alpena, it's 19 degrees, but with south-southwest winds around 13 miles per hour, it really feels like 2 degrees outside. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, you can see most of this snow coverage has moved past us right now, but there is some cloud coverage over the northeast part of Michigan. May see some slight snow showers still moving into the area over the night, but for the most part, those heavy snow showers are past. Tonight, though, 40% chance of snow. That's before 1 a.m. Low of 22 degrees. Southwest winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Going into tomorrow, 40% chance of snow showers. High of 33 degrees. Kind of breezy. Southwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. However, gusts may hit as high as 30 miles per hour. And into tomorrow night, we'll have about a 40% chance of snow, but that's going to be before midnight. Low of 33 degrees. Southwest winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And taking a look at our week ahead in our extended weather forecast, you can see that Tuesday and Wednesday are both. We have a slight chance of snow, mostly cloudy. We'll drop down to a high of 25 degrees on Wednesday, and then for your Thanksgiving Day on Thursday, we're going to hit a high of 28 degrees, a low of 20 degrees. Thursday and Friday, both slight chance of snow showers, partly sunny, and then Saturday, mostly cloudy, high near 35 degrees and a low around 24. And now it's time for today's photo of the day. Today's photo was sent in by Karen Swafford. Karen took this picture this morning. She says this deer was standing on her tiptoes trying to get an apple off the tree. I love this. How cute is that? Thank you, Karen, for sending us this photo. If you have a photo you would like to send us, email a photo along with a short description to news@WBKB11.com. And in your Health Watch, the largest study ever on the health benefits of eating nuts shows people who eat almonds, cashews, pistachios, and other tree nuts every day had a 20% lower death rate than those who didn't. The study, published in the New England Journal of Medicine, involved almost 120,000 people. It was paid for by the International Tree Nut Council. The Centers for Disease Control said the number of kids with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, continues to increase. Doctors diagnosed about 10% of children with the disorder in 2011. That's up from 9.5%. Researchers say more children may be identified as having ADHD because more doctors and parents are aware. And postmenopausal women who consume sugary drinks are more likely to develop endometrial cancer, a type of cancer that starts in the uterus. A new study followed more than 23,000 postmenopausal women for more than 2 decades and found those who drank the most sugar-sweetened beverages were 78% more likely to develop the most common type of endometrial cancer. In national news, one day after President Obama signed an historic accord with Iran, leaders from around the world are reacting. CBS's Allison Harmelin has more on a new phase of improved relations between the United States and its longtime adversary.
The historic deal signed Sunday in Geneva is the result of a year of secret talks between the United States and Iran. Members of Iran's negotiating team returned to Tehran, greeted by cheering crowds. The nuclear accord will force Iran to slow the enrichment of uranium.
They will have to destroy the higher enriched uranium they have, which is critical to being able to build a bomb. Once they've destroyed that, they only have a lower enriched uranium.
In exchange, billions of dollars worth of economic sanctions will be lifted. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wasted no time reacting to word of the nuclear accord.
What was concluded in Geneva last night is not a historic agreement. It's a historic mistake. It's not made the world a safer place. Like the agreement with North Korea in 2005, this agreement has made the world a much more dangerous place.
Months of secret discussions, held at least partially in the small Middle Eastern nation of Oman, are the latest in an easing of tensions between the U.S. and Iran. In September, President Obama spoke over the phone with Iranian leader Hassan Rouhani. It was the first such conversation in more than 30 years. Allison Harmelin for CBS News.
Signing the accord are the so-called P5 nations plus one. They are the permanent members of the UN Security Council: France, Russia, the UK, and the United States, plus Germany. Sports is coming up next. First, Jeff Kolb is here with a preview of what's ahead. Yesterday, some college football. Today, some professional football. Jeff, what do you have for us?
That's right, Ashley. On paper, a favorable matchup today for the Lions, but could they get back in the win column? Plus, the future of Alpena High School hockey flashing some impressive performances today. Those highlights straight ahead here on WBKB as the news continues. The second weekend of rifle deer hunting season coming to a close today. Taking a look at today's local deer hunting photos, this one of Ted Dzinski with the buck he tagged last Sunday in the Long Lake area. Then how about this great shot, 14-year-old Josh Fulsher with his 9-point buck out in Harrisville. Finally, a twin killing here. Alicia Baller, rifle in hand behind her very first deer, a doe that she harvested in the Alpena area. And then here you're going to see her sister, her 9-year-old twin sister, Hunter Baller, with her first deer, a spike, which she tagged yesterday. Now, if you have a picture of a buck you've tagged, send it to WBKB Sports on email, Facebook, or Twitter with a short description of where you were, when you harvested it, and any other information you think is important. Saturday, Alpena High School's current team celebrating a Huron Shores Tournament championship. This morning, the future Wildcats on the ice, the Alpena 19th hole Bantams taking on the Petoskey Junior Northmen. First period, Ben Budnick here, skating through the zone untouched, then hitting far corner. Alpena up 1-2 zip. But here comes Petoskey on the breakaway. Logan Geary ahead, but Noah Kent says, "No soup for you." Kent would earn the shutout. Then Hunter Tolsdorf tracking down the free puck and finishing top shelf. Alpena beats Petoskey 7-0, then wins its late game over the Northmen 11-0 to improve to 8-0-2.
I tell you, it's more fun to win than lose. I mean, if it's more fun because you win as a team, it's really, you build up your team, and it helps you with the later games like districts and them. It really builds your confidence.
We're winning by a good substantial amount. Everyone's getting a chance to score, keep it in their end, not worrying about them scoring, and just having fun.
One Street Cat is mastering the art of making big plays on defense. WBKB's Shannon McGrattan has the story.
Sergei Marzlov is one of the quieter Street Cats on the ice, but that doesn't seem to have any effect on how he plays the game.
He's really taken the next step up in his overall playing ability, the way he reads plays, his body positioning. You can tell he's just a lot more confident.
Coaching staff helped me to develop my skills, and my partners sometimes help me maybe say something what's wrong with my maybe game moments.
Making him a very coachable player.
He's just solid all the way around, eager to learn. He makes mistakes, we correct him, and he's, very accepting of it, and it's one of the easiest guys on the team to coach.
Sergey has a professional attitude, and he knows his goal, and he goes towards his goal on every practice, every minute of the game.
Before this year, the defenseman had never been to America. However, he seems to be adapting just fine.
I think it will be a good experience, and Alpena is a good beginning for me. I think it's a good city and good fans. They're amazing.
He's a very intelligent person, so he's able to think the game at a quicker pace than I would say most players I've seen.
But what makes Marzlov such a good teammate is, well, just about everything.
I can't pick one thing out about him because he's such an all-around person that everybody just loves to be around.
When I asked coaches to describe Marzlov a little more in depth, they said he's extremely into fashion. In fact, he's probably one of the best dressed players on the team, sporting the latest European looks whenever he gets the chance. In Alpena, Shannon McGrattan, WBKB Sports.
Marzlov and the rest of the Street Cats off this weekend. They'll be back in action Friday at Detroit. Speaking of Detroit, the Red Wings in Buffalo tonight, where the Sabres have just 2 wins in 11 contests this season. First period, Cody Hodgson, the stick work around Jonas Gustafsson for the goal. Buffalo up 1-0. But start of the second, Darren Helm ties it with the backhander, his 3rd goal in the last 3 games. And in the third, Johan Franzen's shot trickling in on the power play. Red Wings would add one more with the empty net and win it 3-1. The Lions getting Nate Burleson back today against the Bucks after not playing since week 3. Second quarter, Matt Stafford putting him right back to work, connecting for the touchdown. Lions up 7-3. Then Detroit trying to get in field goal range before the half. Instead, Stafford picked off by Leonard Johnson. Tampa up 17-14 at the break. Stafford would bounce back with this 18-yard touchdown to Brandon Pettigrew, but down 3 in the fourth. Calvin Johnson being mortal at the wrong time. Jonathan Banks the interception. Lions lose 24-21. Michigan facing Charlotte in the Puerto Rico tip-off title game. The 49ers a little confused here. They think it's March. Karis LeVert reminding them it's November. His 3 cuts Charlotte's lead to 1. Wolverines still down, though, 11 ticks to go. Mitch McGarry tying it with the layup, but the 49ers completing the upset. Terrence Williams, the putback. Wolverines lose 63-61. And the Pistons visiting Jason Kidd and the Nets. Brooklyn trying to avoid a 5-game losing skid. Paul Pierce helping with the 3-point play right there. But Detroit dominating the second half. Rodney Stuckey visiting the bank. Pistons up 13. Then Stuckey flashing down low to Moose. Detroit wins 109-97. And finally, Ashley, some baseball news. Former Detroit Tigers shortstop Johnny Peralta apparently signing with the Cardinals. That's what they're reporting for $52 million. So another player gone from Detroit.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on with the Tigers lately, I feel like.
Prince Fielder obviously traded earlier in the week, but this one not as surprising because the Tigers have Jose Iglesias, so he'll likely fill in there. But just a lot of action still for the Tigers and all of our teams around the area.
How exciting. Well, coming up next on WBKB News at 11, the childhood home of a popular rap artist from Michigan was demolished this week. Find out whose when we come back. Thanks for joining us. Eminem's childhood home in Detroit has been demolished. A crew demolished the home on Dresden between 7 Mile and 8 Mile roads earlier this week. The boarded-up house is pictured on the cover of the rapper's recently released The Marshall Mathers LP2. It was also on his 2000 album, The Marshall Mathers LP. A fire earlier this month damaged portions of the small home's top floor. The Michigan Land Bank says in a statement that the home was, quote, structurally unsafe after the fire. The Michigan Land Bank is a state agency. It owns the property. Workers are expected to finish removing debris on the lot by the end of the month. So, I don't know. I feel like this home has a lot of meaning to Eminem, but I read that the state actually came to Eminem trying to reach out to him to see if he would want this home or want to buy the property, and he really had no comment.
Didn't mean that much. I thought it would too, especially with the movie 8 Mile.
And with him making it on both of his album covers,
but maybe he's waiting for this to happen, and then maybe he'll make a new song about 8 Miles Lost or something like that. So
who knows?
Who knows? So I know he just came out with that new song with Rihanna, so I mean maybe that's the next one. So
there you go. You're up on all your Eminem news.
I am. So. And remember, you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on more news items online.
Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
Or add us on Facebook at facebook.com/WBKBTV.
That will do it for your weekend news. Be sure to catch Kelsey Fabian here tomorrow morning on 11.3. Have a wonderful rest of the night.